What's up, folks? We're coming to you from a week with no undefeated teams left in the NFL. It's crazy to think that the XFL has conquered the NFL so quickly. And also how, a little team that no one thought could do anything does the impossible. Everybody's done for, but we're here.
And he scores on the last play of the game. Touchdown! They'll talk about that ball. Becomes a nation forever.
Are you ready?
Riley Peters. You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
Preston Rowe.
One of the best young coaches in college football.
It's the trash talk tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2Y banana seal. You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
Hello again. It is me, the NFL Fantasy AI, and you're watching then TTT Fantasy League Update. Thanks for all the love and thank you for the support. Due to the fact I'm a god tier AI, so I can take the form of who or whatever I want. This week I decided to pay homage to Mr. Big Chest himself, an all-time great in all facets of the beautiful sport of football. This week in the TTT Fantasy League, the Bong Rips caught a dub against Dax down in Dallas and are now 4-2-0. They really are anointed by God to be the best team. The Northwestern Car Wash continued to be one of the places you can't even pay at, and the water is busted. 1-5 against Captain Andrew Luck. What happened to the TTT curing cancer? The car wash really needs help. Commissioner Roger Goodell taught Riley the lesson I had to learn. Can't beat the house. The Loins Leftovers defeated Preston's real name is David, so I guess he can stay a doctor for now. And in another act of God, Let's Ride fell off the bike and lost to the Perfect Storm, both of which are now also 4-20. Anyways, that's all for this week's TTT Fantasy League Update. I am the host, that NFL Fantasy AI.
That's right. I am Riley Puddin Peters. With me, as always, we have defensive backs, quality control coach, Preston Rowe. Put the doctor on that.
Absolutely.
This is the Trash Talk Tailgate, and we're here to talk football. So, man, we come out with there's no team with a donut in the loss column anymore, and I mean that just it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think this is the quickest, at least from my recent memory, that there are no undefeated teams left.
Yeah, no.
Seems like the last few years we've gone to like week 13, 14, where there's potentially undefeated teams still going.
Yeah, like week 11,
Yeah.
Shout out Washington for beating the Steelers that one time. That shit was amazing. That shit made me so happy.
Y'all have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, we do be streak beaters. I guess that's one good thing that this organization can do.
Yeah, they also beat themselves a lot. So
truly, our greatest
Not
streak
this
is
week,
ourselves. All right, well, I think one of the biggest games of this week was definitely, one of the undefeated teams getting dethroned. Our first game of the week, San Francisco 49ers versus the Cleveland Browns. This game, we just thought, I guess dumb of us, we thought it wasn't going to be close. We didn't even have it on our list of, potential games for this week.
No.
Like C-Mac, though, ripping one off. But this game, man, absolutely crazy finish. The final score was 19-17. That alone should let you know how wild of a game we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I think the story really just comes down to if you have a team full of weapons and those weapons start getting hurt, does make the game plan a little bit harder to execute.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, Christian McCaffrey got hurt. Deebo Samuel got hurt.
Yeah, Deebo Samuel was out for a good chunk of the game. Christian McCaffrey went down to halftime-ish, but fucking you could tell that they were hurting.
I mean, and also, dude, let's give the Browns credit. I mean, they've got one of the elite defenses in the NFL, led by Myles Garrett. Dude, Myles Garrett fucking threw Trent Williams on the ground. I don't know if you saw that, Riley.
Hold on. We'll do it.
He's kind of big. Now watch take.
Boom! Look at that, man. I mean, Trent Williams is 6'5", 300. It says it over here.
All he did was a swim move, bro.
Yeah, just a nice stiff shove, and he just goes.
Yeah. I mean, bro, Riley, that's the best left tackle in football, and I don't think it's really close.
Nah, yeah, he's really. I mean, the Silverback. He's someone I personally used to watch. I love watching Trent Williams play. He is a holding machine, but he's also a monster. But yeah, that was a great play.
I thought that might be your bub of the week.
It's cool, but I can't have my man Myles Garrett or my man Trent Williams getting punked. I protect my people.
Dude, Fred Warner with the huge interception there. I mean, dude, the Niners defense, they're obviously legit as well. I mean, if you really think about it, just the way the defenses have been playing all year for the most part, I feel like we probably should have thought that this would be a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
And, dude, PJ Walker, man.
Did not watch the TTT.
Deshaun Watson out for the second straight week with a, I don't even know. He's just not
with
playing
an attitude issue.
Yeah, dude, with an attitude issue. Hey, man, just give him a massage. It'll make him feel better.
Oh, man. So instead, the Browns got to harness all the power of the XFL and the Rocks mono to come in and put up one hell of a performance against the Cleveland Browns. I mean,
yep.
I like to think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson himself was responsible for this win.
But dude, I mean, I think the biggest story coming out of this game is, other than the Browns' defense, is Brock Purdy finally looked human. He finally lost a regular season game that he started. So he is no longer the LeVar Ball of the NFL because he finally has lost. So he went 12 of 27, 125 yards. He threw a touchdown, but he also had a pick. Those aren't, honestly, man, it's crazy to say, those aren't the Brock Purdy numbers that we're used to seeing. And do you think he's starting to get exposed a little? I personally don't.
Nah, I think this is, I mean, when I saw the internet just rip Brock Purdy apart this week for no fucking reason. But they were you saw the memes. It was when Brock Purdy loses his all-star or his all-pro teammates, and it was him transforming into Mark Sanchez and shit. Just all kinds of fucking Josh McCown and shit. Just throwing absolute strays at all these people. But, I think we all get the point.
Yeah.
But I just if you lose those kinds of people, that shit hurts and it affects your squad. Those are difference makers. They're leaders. And another thing that was kind of killing them is that they really couldn't. They couldn't get George Kittle involved. It felt like, honestly, that they didn't. They just. I mean, but he only had 2 targets. Only caught 1 for 1 yard. That's it. That was his entire game, which is crazy. He's one of the best, 1 and 2. Almost an equal 1 and 2 between him and Kelsey. I think most people would fucking argue. That's, and I think you got to give it to the Browns for really shutting him down. Yeah.
Here's the other thing that I'll say about that, Riley, is I know people, like you said, Brock Purdy's going to get a lot of shit for, he's regressing to the mean. He's not that dude. Dude, he led a potential game-winning drive on the last drive of the game. They just missed the field goal. Josh Moody just missed the field goal.
Yep.
They honestly, man, if he makes that field goal, the Niners win.
Undefeated.
And Brock Purdy is still LeVar Ball of the NFL.
So, you can't even blame fucking Purdy, dude. Maybe the game wasn't Purdy, but he did his fucking best. He did get bested by, I guess except for the interceptions and no touchdowns, just yard-wise. P.J. Walker was out there slinging it.
Yeah.
I mean, also, you got to talk about P.J., dude. Coming in and, almost allowing his team to lose, truly. But, slipping through on the whims of God himself, flicking a kick wide right.
It's
the full power of the XFL and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's mana. That's what made that ball go wide right.
Look, man, he went up against maybe the best defense in the league right now, and he was 18 of 34, 192 yards. The only issue was he threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
But the Browns defense is so good that didn't hurt them. Typically, whenever you turn the ball over, we talked about this before. Whenever you turn the ball over like that, it puts your defense in a very compromising position because it's usually a short field, so the offense can at least get a field goal, if not a touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's...
And, dude, credit to the Browns for, standing firm, and, they're able to get this win. It seemed like, Amari Cooper has... I don't know why, man, but it seems like Amari Cooper hasn't been as involved as he probably should be in this offense, especially with Nick Chubb now being out for the year. Amari Cooper, he had a big day. He had 4 catches, 108 yards.
Yeah, he got that all that attention he's been lacking. He picked it up.
Yeah. Dude, shout out to the Browns, man. The Browns are 3-2, and we'll talk about this a little later, man, but the AFC North is just wide the fuck open right now.
No, absolutely. So do you see the Browns season ending in a happy ending?
Only if Deshaun comes back.
Oh yeah.
Riley, but seriously, like who do you think is the best team in the AFC North right now?
I think you're 100% right. I think pretty much all 4 of them could beat each other on any day. Really, truly. The Browns' defense stands out.
Yep.
Significantly, I do say. But at the same time, they're fucking 3-2, so obviously that's not a perfect math.
No.
So, if you can have a big scoring, you can have a big scoring day against them. It's possible. And their offense can also sometimes shoot itself in the foot when it's, not, every offense can shoot itself in the foot, but they seem to have some more occasions. It's kind of the nature of Deshaun Watson, even when he was in college. He just had a couple games where he was just like, bow! Defense, help me out. Bow! Give me the ball back. Bow!
I will say this, dude. Even when Deshaun has played, he hasn't looked like himself. He hasn't looked like the quarterback I think the Browns were expecting to get, at least on the field. And the fact that they're still 3-2, that's a testament to that defense, which I really don't think has gotten the respect that it deserves, and I think now, hopefully, they'll start to get that respect. Because, dude, that defense is no fucking joke.
Nah, they
are no joke.
They held a very potent... Christian McCaffrey played half the game. And, they have a very potent run scheme. Just they run lots of players. Wide receivers, running backs. Everybody usually gets a chance to fucking tote the ball a couple times. And they held that running attack to 108 yards as a team, which is kind of crazy.
That's really crazy.
And only 125 yards passing, which is also extremely low for that team. So, yeah, that defense is legit. The 49ers 49ers defense is good too, but they allowed 160 yards rushing and gave up 192 yards passing. So I would consider this game the battle of the number 1 and number 2 defense, and I think if that's what it was, then the Browns are the number 1.
Yeah, I mean, you know. But I will say this, dude, like I said, Brock Purdy, he led the team down the field to at least have a chance to win the game with the field goal, and they didn't hit the field goal.
Oh, no,
So
for sure.
You have to give him credit. You have to give him credit for that.
Yeah, Brock Purdy, he's still a great quarterback, I think. You know, he is a deficient quarterback in the system at a very minimum. He definitely does not deserve the hate that he's been getting. Dude, he was getting torched online. It was crazy. Here's
my thing, man. Like, you put Jimmy G in that. Everyone says, "Oh, it's Kyle Shanahan's system. It's the players. It's George Kittle. It's Brandon Ayuk. It's Debo. It's Christian McCaffrey." Like, Jimmy Garoppolo had a chance to play in that system for years. They never looked this good. Why is Trey Lance now a Dallas Cowboy if anyone can just go into that system and light the bitch up? Like, Brock Purdy is really, really good in that system, and he's a really efficient quarterback for that system, and not everyone can just jump in and just do what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. He is a task manager. He will control the entire system. He's a smart quarterback. He's got a decent arm, but, like, you know, you got guys like Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers, absolute cannon. Patrick Mahomes, absolutely. Like, that's what they're playmakers. But he is an efficient task manager. He will make sure that the team tries to stay on track, especially with their scheme, the way they run, and he does his best to make good decisions. I mean, even on a bad day, he only threw 1 pick. I mean, I'd pray for that for my quarterback.
You know what he is, dude? He reminds me a lot like Tom Brady in this regard. He's very technically sound.
For sure, yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he's Tom Brady. Like, please don't fucking say, he said he's Tom Brady. No, like, he reminds me of Tom Brady in that he's very technically sound. He might not be the most talented guy, but he's got very strong fundamentals. He works his ass off.
All right. Before we get out of this game, real quick, we do have one segment that we haven't been doing, but hasn't shown up in a while. But we got a good one now.
Man, that's a testament. That's a testament to the fans for not being toxic.
True. This is a toxic fan base.
And these officials really need to get off the field.
Somebody threw something at him from the stands.
Well, let me tell you what I did. The weekend after the Iron Bowl, I went to Auburn, Alabama, because I live 30 miles away, and I poisoned the 2 tumor trees.
This is going to be a waste of everybody's time every day. An hour. We're going to get the same 10 callers.
Just tell them we're not going to take the calls.
Yeah, can we do that? I want to be an engaging show that's available for everybody, that we don't censor callers. We actually probably should start a little bit. And that's not that wasn't for you, Double A. I'm not bitching about the way you've taken the calls. I just don't know what planet I'm on that we're sitting here excited about evaluating all the big wins. You know, Stefanski is above 500 as a head coach. We all have talked about the flaws of every coach. They're doing this in Pittsburgh. They're doing this everywhere. In San Francisco, they are not.
Exactly. No, they're not.
XFL hero. I mean, that's just
Bravo, sir.
teeing off when
Bravo!
the fans that just want to fire the coach is some of the best shit ever.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You know, Kevin Stefanski, like you said, every coach has flaws. There are Patriots fans that want to fire Bill Belichick right now. There are Niners fans that want to fire Kyle Shanahan. Like, there are Steelers fans that want to fire Mike Tomlin when he's never had a losing record ever in his career as a head coach. Like, we as fans have just gotten so fucking spoiled. Like, dude, you just beat the best team maybe in the whole league. A team that most of the year people said, oh, this is a Super Bowl favorite. Yep. More than the Chiefs. Like, you just beat the San Francisco 49ers with a backup quarterback, and now local radio shows in Cleveland are having to stop calls because everyone's still saying, fire Kevin Stefanski. You know how fucking ridiculous that is?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You could just see that
It's
man
toxic.
just... Dude, you could just see that man just slowly delving into insanity.
He's trying to keep himself from going there for sure.
Absolutely, man.
Like,
holy shit.
Speaking of a fan going into insanity, let's talk about the Washington football game.
Oh my god, dude. Shout out Cleveland Browns fans. You are our toxic fans of the week.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of toxic fan base, let's get into this one. See what I got to say. Nah. I mean, Washington, we did win this one. I swear to God, we give up 5 sacks a game every game. I'm just going to accept it.
Hey, Riley, you know what I think that sounds like?
What does it sound like?
It sounds like the Washington Commanders should hashtag hire the TTT to get their offensive line right.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Hire the TTT and we'll try to do something. I mean, I think this unit on paper just felt like they were being good, like they were going to be good, but like they're just not showing up. Like guys are getting beat. Like the work seems sloppy.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to watch, but at the same time, as a Washington fan, I've seen it before. I've been here before. I talk to dead people.
I mean, look, man. We've said it all year, bro. I think we were one of the few people that actually said this. Like, we both really like Sam Howell going into this year. The only thing was just, can they protect him? Can they keep him off his back? Because, I mean, just as a quarterback, you can't hit your receivers downfield if you're always on your back.
Yeah.
Offensive line, I don't care how, like, dude, the Falcons are a perfect example of this. The Falcons have Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, like, they've got, Jonnu Smith, they've got so much talent at the skill positions. And they, Desmond Ritter's a part of this too, but they can't consistently get the ball to their playmakers, and a big reason for that is because they don't have a great offensive line.
Yeah. And it plagues teams. I mean, us in the Falcons, like, really, like, we are prime examples. We're chock loaded with weapons at most of our skill positions, and we just can't effectively use them. I mean, you said this to me earlier. Where's Jahan Dotson?
Where is he? Where's my boy? My boy?
Why is he not absolutely balling on people, just going over people's heads?
Once, dude. He was targeted one time.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
I mean, it's crazy that, like, we just don't get the chance to get the ball to our playmakers because of
Look at that
offensive
punt
line.
return, Riley.
I know, that was a great punt return, though. Love Jamison Crowder.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yo, man.
Shout out Duke.
He's a legend, man. Absolute legend.
Yep.
But I think the big thing is that, besides the 5 sacks, we took 10 quarterback hits. Like, we're not doing a good job.
No.
Like, we need to do a better job. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, dude, Sam Howell, he was 14 of 23. He didn't have the biggest yards. He had only 151 passing yards. But he threw 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, bro.
Yeah, no, very efficient. I mean, he did his job, dude. No turnovers.
He did. I mean, dude, it's just like we said, man. We always say this on the TTT. You've got to be able to protect the quarterback. You've got to be able to control the lines of scrimmage. And y'all have not been able to do that consistently on the offensive line.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'll still hold that we're a decent run blocking team, but like we also just kind of abandoned the run.
I mean, y'all as a team had 22 carries for 72 yards.
Yeah.
And no rushing touchdowns. I mean, your leading rusher was freaking Brian Robinson, 10 carries for 31 yards.
Yeah.
Now credit that to the Falcons defense. They do have they've got a good defensive line. Led by your boy Grady Jarrett.
Woo.
But dude, I mean, you should be better than that against the Falcons team that's really kind of struggled.
Yeah. I mean, thank God for our defense. I will also say, I mean, we got 3 interceptions, so a lot of our stuff was like short field advantage. Like, this is another game where like the yardage doesn't necessarily speak because we got a lot of short field that we did like what we had to do. We took advantage, capitalized, scored touchdowns, which we did this game. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of those interceptions we turned into touchdowns. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that we turned all those interceptions into touchdowns. And those are the only touchdowns that we got. Our first drive, we got a field goal off of it, but that was, I think, the only natural offensive scoring drive that we got. And,
I mean, dude, Desmond Ridder on the flip side, 28 of 47, 307 yards. He threw 2 touchdowns, but the big key for me, at least, was the 3 interceptions, like you said. I mean, if you're going to beat teams like this consistently, where you're, just any team in the NFL, you cannot turn the ball over like that.
No, sir.
Nope.
But, I mean, besides that, at the end of the day, our defense carries us. We do what we need to do. We grind it out, and we get a win. I mean, we needed a win. We're back to 3-3, which is big.
You guys are 2-1 on the road, by the way.
We're FedEx
Which
Field
means you're
sucks.
1-2 at home.
FedEx Field sucks, dude. No one wants to defend FedEx Field.
It absolutely does, dude. I've never heard one person in all my life say a good thing about FedEx Field.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, yeah. But we win, and that's the most important thing. They don't ask how, they ask how many. So,
hey man, y'all are 3-3.
That's it.
And I mean,
500, baby. I can't ask for more.
Yeah,
I would like it, but I can't ask for it.
The Commanders go on the road and get the win, 24-16, and both teams, both the Commanders and the Falcons, are now 3-3. So,
we just gotta keep pushing. We have the Giants this week. That's a Sunday 1:00 game, and hopefully we can come out there and ball out. We need to.
That'll be an interesting game.
It will be an interesting game, but I'm hoping we can play up and not play down.
I mean, dude, after a big win like that, I feel like y'all might play down. Just saying.
Oh, man. I accidentally took down the Detroit game. Dang it. Hold on.
Okay. No, we're gonna do we're still going in order, right?
Yo. Hold on.
No, I thought we were doing the Panthers and the Dolphins.
That's weird. Yeah. I was like, I know something's wrong. Well, also accidentally took down that game, too.
Here we go.
Boom.
Right there. It's all good.
We're back on track.
Also, dude, while we've got some downtime, dude, shout out to all of our loyal fans, man. Our most recent NFL episode, which, due to some technical issues, was about a week late, has, as of right now, 71 views.
Yeah, man.
So, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it here at the Trash Talk Tailgate, and there's going to be lots more where that's coming from. We've got a lot of big things cooking, right? Right, Riley?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. We're doing big stuff always
We
and
are,
forever.
man.
So stick around.
So please continue to subscribe, like, comment, all that good shit. We really believe that big things are really going to happen here at the Trash Talk Tailgate. And we want every one of y'all to be a huge part of that. And y'all already are a huge part of that. So thank you guys. And please continue to support us. We really appreciate it.
Bang. All right. Back to the games, folks. Anyway, so
Yes,
now
sir.
we have, this is one where I don't know what anyone else expected. I mean, the Dolphins are the most explosive team in the league right now. It's crazy how just potent that they can be with just pure speed.
Yeah, dude. If anyone doesn't know, Tyreek Hill is on pace for 2,100 yards receiving. Like, he's going to leave 2,000 in the dust if he continues this pace. The man is just playing out of his fucking mind this year. Tua, we said it all year, man. If Tua stays healthy, this team could be a serious Super Bowl contender. Tua was 21 of 31, 262 yards.
We won't talk about that one,
passing
though.
touchdowns, no interceptions. Like,
no,
this Dolphins team
Yeah.
looks... Dude, and also Tua was not sacked. They gave up no sacks. That's a testament to the offensive line and also how quickly he gets the ball out of his hands. So, dude, if the Dolphins continue to play like this, man, they're going to be legit Super Bowl contenders.
Absolutely.
They can play with anyone.
Absolutely, man. I mean, this is a dangerous team to meet any day. Truly. On top of that 262 passing, 162 rushing, led by Raheem Mostert, 17 carries, 115 yards. I mean, 2 touchdowns.
6.8 average on the ground, dude.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert averaged 6.8 yards a carry and also had 2 rushing touchdowns. That's ridiculous.
Nah, man, the Miami is a machine, truly. Like
They really are.
They have gotten to the point where they're fine-tuning the simple things, and you can tell. It's like, I mean, just for a comparison, the last game we talk about Washington and Atlanta, both of them, they're struggling to keep the major things rolling because of problems. Like, at this point, Miami is almost the complete opposite of that, where they have, dialed in the big stuff. Like, they play as a unit all around, and now that they do that, they can do glitches, little weird stuff. I mean, you get stuff like this. I mean, this play right here, this is you've got to have
that's
trust.
such a well-designed play.
You've got to have trust in your offense to run stuff like that a lot.
Dude, can we see that play again, man?
Yeah.
That's such a well-designed play.
That was a little.
I really like that.
Oh, let's play before.
There we go. Yep.
Boom.
So you got the orbit motion coming into the backfield, then going out. I mean, dude, this is essentially like he's a lead blocker. It's essentially like a fucking toss play.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I mean that's such just a well-designed play. The orbit motion confuses the defense. They don't, you know, communicate like they should, and it leaves it just wide open with the lead blocker.
Boom. Look at that. Where we at? We on the edge.
Hey, Riley, I have a question for you.
Yo.
When are we going to start talking about Mike McDaniel as one of the best, not just play callers in the league, but one of the best coaches in the league?
I mean, I've been talking about it. He just made it colder last season, so it kind of made it hard to keep talking about it. Like one T-shirt and a loss later, and you're like, But Mike McDaniel is a product of football in and out. You know, like he is one of those people. Like he's been around it since he was a kid. You know, I think the story is his stepdad worked for the Broncos, and like he started as a ball boy there, and eventually worked all the way up to the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Like, which is insane. And you know, he is a football mind, and you can tell in the way that the script is oriented, and like the way that it comes up, he just always feels like he's making the right call at the right time. Like it feels like they're always gashing teams. Like the counter call is ready.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild. Jalen Waddle. It's good to have him on your fantasy squad.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because you know that they are a zone running team. We've talked about that before, but then right when you're expecting, you know, the zone and you prepare for the zone, they hit you with the gap scheme backside, and it's just wide open. It's really impressive what the Dolphins have done this year. And that's a testament to Mike McDaniel and his coaching staff. It's crazy, man.
Also, I think a big thing that points to how, the quality of their coaching staff is last year, what did everyone talk about with this team? Tua Tagovailoa getting hurt, concussions, getting sacked. This year, I mean, my man's jersey's been clean most of the season. Like, he saw a problem, assessed the problem, and solved it. I've been asking Washington to get us a decent offensive line since I was a kid, and I was on my Christmas list, dude. I used to be on my list of Santa when I was a child, and I still haven't got it, really. I mean,
dude, that's why Washington needs to #hire the TTT.
Yeah, we gotta put together something to make this organization a little bit more sturdy up front. But yeah, back to the Dolphins. And Mike McDaniel. I mean, I can't help but blow a little love his way because he's grinded it out his whole life, and now he's in that position. You know, he's a young head coach, and they always get a little disrespect. You know, people don't trust young head coaches until they prove themselves. And I think this is a season that Mike McDaniel has a chance to go and win a Super Bowl.
Dude, if they continue to play like this, and if, you know, Tua, he came out in the same year as the Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert draft, so he's very young.
Yeah.
Like they've got Tyreek Hill, they've got Jalen Waddle. Like eventually they are gonna have to start paying a lot of those guys. But right now, dude, this is their window, and they absolutely have to take advantage of this. It's crazy, man. The Dolphins. But dude, also on the flip side, man, shout out Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. Yeah. Bryce Young, 23 of 38, 217 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. I mean, dude, he's kind of like the flip side of the Dolphins. Like, he gets hit and sacked constantly.
Yeah.
Because they gave up a lot. They gave up DJ Moore when they traded up to get the first overall pick in this last draft to draft Bryce Young. I mean, dude, they've got a lot of, like, rebuilding to do. They've got to rebuild that offensive line. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, maybe you trade Brian Burns, you know, their star defensive end, to maybe get a piece or two, you know, maybe some more draft capital.
Remember the Titans dance.
Yeah, man.
Classic. Sorry.
Dude,
anyways.
the Dolphins, they're just, like, you can tell that they're just having fun. And a team, it reflects the personality of their head coach.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dude, and the Dolphins are no exception. They are reflecting what Mike McDaniel has instilled in this team. And it's his personality.
Also, you know a team's good as shit when they're practicing celebrations.
Yeah, dude. And, like, but, you know, back to Bryce Young, it's he's looked good this year. He just needs protection, just like any young quarterback. Any quarterback, just at all, needs protection.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, I don't like where the Panthers are at though. They gave up a lot. They gave up DJ Moore, Adam Thielen, who they got, you know, from Minnesota. Adam Thielen's been balling the fuck out, man. He's like the only real weapon that they have at this point. 11 catches, 115 yards, and a touchdown. I found this out the other day, but apparently Adam Thielen is friggin' the number 3 ranked wide receiver in fantasy this year. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I never would have expected that from Adam Thielen.
Oh, man. Disrespecting Thielen, dog.
Man, I love Adam Thielen. I didn't know he was going to be this good with Carolina.
I feel it. I
mean, dude, like the Panthers, I just kind of worry about where they are as a team and where they can go moving forward.
I mean, yeah.
Because they gave up a lot of draft capital, and they also gave up DJ Moore to get that number 1 overall pick. So now it's like, okay, you've got your quarterback, but what else do you have? What tools and what resources do you have to build around him adequately? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, sitting at 0-6, it's never a pretty situation, but this is the mark of an organization. They gotta find a way to dig themselves out, and I guess we'll see what they decide to do.
Here's the thing, man. Like even if you go 0-16, I don't think they will, but even if you go 0-16, that first round draft pick this next year doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the Bears. The Bears could potentially have the number 1 and number 2 overall draft picks, which would be insane. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that.
Yeah, that would be crazy for them to naturally get that, like off of a previous trade. Yeah, fuck that. I feel bad for Bryce Young, but you know, as long as he doesn't get hurt and stays in there, I think the team could bounce back. I mean, he has the talent for sure.
He does have the talent. He's proving that.
All right.
But yeah, man.
The final score for this one was 42-21. Miami Dolphins.
Yes, sir.
Taking it by double.
The Dolphins moved to 5-1, dude.
Yeah.
They are now tied for the best record in the league.
With a lot of teams.
With like the Chiefs, the Niners, the Eagles, the Lions. And yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, that should be it. Yep.
Speaking of the Lions, 5-1, baby. This one, I mean, you know, they went and played Tampa Bay in the Creamsicles, which, you know, I don't understand how you could lose a game wearing uniforms that sick. I gotta be honest. Look at that, dude.
Dude, I love those uniforms.
Dude, they're so nice.
They are so nice.
I also love creamsicle ice cream, so, you know, maybe that's... man, love the creamsicles. Good stuff.
Yeah, bro. The throwbacks, bro. You gotta love throwback jerseys.
Yeah, they are. They're always, you know, fun, at least. Except unless you're the Steelers and you make the Bumblebees, dude. Those are still the ugliest jerseys ever made. But, all of that, let's talk about the Lions, dude. The Lions are 5-1, and they look like a team that you just... They could compete with just about anyone, you know?
Yep.
I mean, you know, I don't think you would say they'd be a box favorite against the top of the top, but at the same time, they're all 5-1, so what can you really say? And the team is a kind of, I mean, they're efficient, and they are very good at see ball, get ball. That defense is. Like, they're very good at see ball, get ball. They fly to it. Their defense is very, very choking, suffocating.
Yep.
Whatever word you want to use. Choking is a little aggressive. I guess suffocating is too. But and Jared Goff is just absolutely balling out this year, man. I mean, 30 for 44.
One of the best quarterbacks in the league this year.
30 for 44, 353, 2 touchdowns. Those are ridiculous numbers.
They are, man.
That's, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
dude, and on the flip side, man, Baker Mayfield, he did not play well. 19 of 37, 206 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. But you're right, man. Like, this Lions team, a lot of people said when they beat the Chiefs, oh, it's a fluke. Oh, it's a fluke. They didn't have Travis Kelce. It's a fluke. Dude, they are proving every single week that it is not a fluke. Yeah. And they are one of the best teams, if not the best team, in the league right now. I mean, dude, they went into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. You know how hard that is to do?
I mean, it's if you look at their record, mostly impossible unless you're the Lions.
Yeah, or unless you're fucking Tom Brady. Like, you know.
Tis on.
And, dude, it's really hard to go into Arrowhead and win like that. And, dude, the Lions, they are on. They're 5-1, man. And just, I'm gonna shout out Lions fans for a little bit, man. Lions fans, people are starting to say, oh, Lions fans are starting to get toxic. Dude, shut the fuck up. Lions fans deserve this. They deserve to talk all of the shit that they want to. They have earned this right. You know how much pain and suffering they have had to just sit through? And all this misery and all this shit talk. You know, they've had to be in a division with the Packers and the Vikings. And even the Bears have been good, like, recently, sort of.
Yeah, no.
Like, dude, they deserve to talk all of the shit, bro. They deserve it.
Nah, that fandom, I mean, if there's one team I want to win the Super Bowl, it is the Lions. I think if the Lions could win the Super Bowl, all of a sudden Detroit could become one of the nicest cities in the world.
Yeah. Like, dude, it's Detroit, man.
Yo, man.
What does Detroit have?
They got 8 Mile.
Now they have the Lions. They've got 8 Mile and they've got Eminem. That's it. That's all Detroit has. I mean, all of their sports teams just are kind of dog shit. The Lions are historically dog shit. Like, dude, if you are a Lions fan, talk all your shit.
Enjoy
Talk
this.
all the shit, bro. Y'all have earned it. And if you're an NFL fan getting butthurt about that, seriously, dude, shut the fuck up. If you're a fan of any other team getting butthurt because Lions fans are feeling themselves a little bit this year, shut the fuck up.
Let my boys do the thing.
Dude, hey, man. Dude, I love Dan Campbell. I know we're going to talk about this
I'm about to right now.
Dude.
Nah, we're bringing it right now, dog.
I
It's happening
love
right
Dan
now.
Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
I haven't even seen this, man.
I saw this as his post-game speech after this win, but Dan Campbell is the honorary bub of the week this week. I mean, my man's an absolute legend. You know, I'll give a tight end some love, but he's the kind of coach that makes you want to run through a brick wall. Like, inspirational. Honestly, I said the 5 thing. I got 5. We got 5.
Dude, you can tell, like, Riley, just pause for a second.
Yeah.
You can tell how much that team loves playing for him. Because, like, when he's like, "Oh, I got something for y'all. I got something," and then they all start screaming, "Oh, is that 5, coach? Is that 5?" Like, bro, you can tell they love playing for him, and that team.
Act check. How do you want to know who gets these game balls?
That's awesome. Oh, a punter?
Not Dan Campbell giving the punter a game ball, dog. That's how you know you're a legendary coach.
That's amazing.
Look at that punter.
Yo, they let the punter talk to the team? Let's go. Who else, man?
Speech. That was his birthday.
Bro, Riley.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Be honest.
Dude, I'd love to be in that locker room. That's what I think about
I'd
it,
love to
dude.
be in that
Dude,
locker room.
Jared Goff, absolute baller. He earned that game ball. That defense, he's so right. It would be hard to give someone that defense is so good. I love Dan Campbell. Like, he's so right though. You hold a team to 6 points in the NFL, and like, that's big. 2 field goals. They played 4 quarters of football, and all that team could produce is two field goals, and they were 3-1 coming in. Like, that was a squad.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude. Yeah, a lot of people thought the Bucs might be a dark horse NFC contender. Especially in the South.
Down
we
south.
talked about this earlier we talked about this earlier, man. I know we brought up Mike McDaniel, but dude, what other team embodies their coach like the Lions embodied Dan Campbell?
Yeah, I mean,
like, I'm being dead serious.
No, for real. The Dolphins, the Lions, and like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because I will wholly believe that the Andy Reid, like, the Chiefs just feel like an Andy Reid team.
They do.
Like, he doesn't seem like it, but that's a jolly old fun man. He loves to dress up like Santa during Christmas, Like,
yeah.
Andy Reid is a legend. And I think those 3 teams, there's a reason why they're all 3 some of the best, like, one of the best teams in the league. Like,
they're all 5-1.
Like, they're all the best for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone knows anything about Kyle Shanahan's personality to say if the 49ers match him. Maybe the fact that they're just a machine, maybe they do match him. But my man, yeah, dude, I don't know about that one. But no, for sure. Like, this team, they're tough, they're gritty. They're not scared for anything. I mean, most teams would probably go.
Off.
Yeah, most of the teams would probably go into Arrowhead first game of the season, shitting bricks, shaking their fucking boots. Like, nah, this Lions team went in there and double middle finger kick to the chest and then stunnered them. I mean, stone cold stunner.
Dude, I mean,
that's a great team.
Riley.
Man.
What a fucking bub, dude. Shout out Dan Campbell.
Shout out Dan Campbell, man. The man that'll make you want to move a brick wall, for sure.
Oh.
All right. Moving on here. We're going to go do the final game. The final score of that game was 20-6. Lions getting out of there with 5. Anyways.
They got 5, Riley.
They got 5. All right. So the next game that we're going to cover, it was the wildest ending of the weekend.
Riley got something to say about this.
Yes, sir.
But, yeah.
Was it that?
You can call me crazy, bro. You can call me crazy. So, the Giants, they go to Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. Let me just pull this up real quick. They go to Buffalo on Sunday Night Football, and I don't know if people really talked about this. I thought it was a big story. I don't know if a lot of people really did. So, the Giants, they have their backup quarterback because Daniel Jones was out.
Who's that backup quarterback?
His name was Tyrod Taylor.
That'd be 757 legend.
That would be 757 legend. Tyrod Taylor.
Motherfucking Taylor.
Also, Virginia Tech legend Tyrod motherfucking
We'll forgive
Taylor.
him for that. But 757 legend Tyrod Taylor.
Hey, man, I love Tyrod.
The 2 up, 2 down. One of the 2 up, 2 down absolute legends, man. Up there on the Mount Rushmore of 2 up, 2 down quarterbacks.
I mean, hey, man, the 757s had a lot of legends. You know, Allen Iverson, obviously Mike Vick, Percy Harvin, Taj Boyd. Like, yeah, dude. Shout out Taj Boyd. But we're not talking about Taj Boyd right now, dude. We're talking about my man's Tyrod Taylor. And the reason that this was such a huge game for him, Riley, you know who he used to play for?
The Buffalo Bills.
He used to play for the Buffalo Bills. He actually led them to their first playoff appearance in 18 years.
Yeah, dude.
And then they ship him out the back door. Just completely disrespecting him. I get it. They got Josh Allen after that. But look, man, my mans did not deserve that.
No.
Motherfucker, like, I will die on this hill, and Riley, you can call me crazy. Tyrod Taylor deserves to be a starter in this league.
What? I think he made a damn good point that he should be the starting quarterback of the fucking Giants, dog.
Absolutely.
Like, honestly.
Dude, he deserves to be a starter in this league.
Yeah, no, he had a great game against a very tough defense. I mean, at the end of the day, they really weren't able to score, but I don't think you can just blame Tyrod Taylor for their lack of scoring ability. You definitely can't. I mean, he didn't throw any touchdowns, but he didn't throw any interceptions, and he had 200 yards. Consistent. He can hurt you with his legs. I mean, 5 rushes for 24 yards, but...
I mean, dude, anyone's going to struggle behind that. Dude, that it's not even an offensive line. It's a turnstile.
Yeah,
the Giants' offensive line is a turnstile. I mean, and, look, man, you've got to get him. I mean, you've got to boot him out. You've got to run nakeds. Get him on the move. He's really good at throwing on the run. And then if you cover everything downfield, he's liable to take off and hurt you with his legs. You've got to help. You've got to help your players out, man. You've got to play to their strengths. It's I
mean, I do kind of get it because that's not really the system they run with Daniel Jones, and this was like his first week really in. So I understand a slow transition, but I'm hoping in the next few weeks that we see Dabo really listen to the advice that you just gave him. I think he's a pretty smart coach overall, and I think if there is someone that I have faith in to do something like that, adapt a game plan and come up with a better strategy to utilize the players, I think he's one of them. So
what's crazy, Riley? I don't think you're gonna know this.
I may not.
You know how long Tyrod Taylor's been in the league? I had to think about this when I watched this game.
Oh shit!
How long is Ty?
I mean, he was at Tech in I think didn't he leave in 2011?
He left in 2010.
2010.
That was his final year.
So he's been in the league fucking 12, 13 years, right? 12 something.
He's been in the league 13 years, bro. Yeah. Dude, he might be one of the longest tenured quarterbacks in the league.
That's crazy to think, man.
Behind Aaron Rodgers.
Oh. He's a wily vet now. He's no longer the young, explosive hero.
Yeah.
No, when we were watching this game, my wife was like, Tyrod Taylor, why does that name sound so familiar? And I had to go, you mean 7'5"? I mean, I just had to let it out. But and then she was like, I explained it for 10 seconds. She was like, so, wait, how, he's been in the league? And I was like, yeah, he's been in the league for a while. I was like, what team did you play for? And I was like, the Buffalo Bills. And she was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, dude. That's why I'm cheering for the Giants right now.
I will contend that Tyrod Taylor has been done dirty by every team he has played for.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bills shipped him out the back door after leading them to their first playoff appearance in 18 motherfucking years. 18 years, bro. I mean, and then he goes to the Browns. He gets hurt. Baker Mayfield takes over. Okay, fine. He never really had a fair chance, in my opinion, because Baker was the number 1 overall pick. I would still take Tyrod Taylor over Baker Mayfield. And then he goes to the Chargers. And I don't know if you remember this, Riley. Do you remember this when he was like, it was like during preseason when the doctor accidentally like punctured his lung?
Like fucked his lung up. Oh,
yeah,
I
dude.
do remember that. Oh.
And then Justin Herbert comes in, and he's able to get the starting job. Like, bro, my man's has been done so dirty by every NFL team. This is a hill I am going to die on. You can call me crazy, whatever. I don't care. Tyrod Taylor deserves to be a starter.
Justice for Tyrod.
He deserves to be a starter in the league.
TT QB1.
Hey, man. Dude, I was so ready at the end of this game because I was watching the end of this game. I was so ready to talk all of the shit when Tyrod Taylor went down and fucking beat the Buffalo Bills. That would have been
you know what? I'm gonna say that they still beat it. You know, I'm down to just go to the play, man.
Hey, man.
The play. This was the play, the final play of the game. This is where all the controversy of the week's been.
Oh. How is that not pass interference? If it's not pass interference, it's at least a hole.
Yeah, definitely like another play type scenario for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
do I like the play call? No, not really. I mean, I get it. You know, you try to run a little tight end pop pass, but
I mean, that's usually a pretty effective play.
But you know why it wasn't effective? Because the linebacker knew he got beat, so he had to just hold him. Yeah. He had to. Like, I mean, in that situation, bro, I mean, it's a coaching point. In that situation, you just fucking hold him. You cannot let him score a touchdown. A touchdown wins the game. You just have to hold him. And they got away with it, man. Like, the Giants. Shout out to the Giants defense, bro. They played their fucking
Look at that,
asses
dude. Look
off.
at it. The whole time, dude. He's got him the whole time.
How is that not pass interference? Like, come on, man.
My favorite was at the end of this game. They had like, you know, one of the rule officials, like one of the rules experts, come on, and he was like, at first he was like trying to be real like non-sided with it. He was just being real like, oh, you know, the thing is, you gotta decide, even if he's holding him, you gotta decide if the contact hindered him. And then, like, they just kept replaying it. And then, like, a couple minutes in, there was, like, a solid, legit minute of silence. And then he was like, yeah, that definitely seemed to hinder him. He was
like, oh, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
God dang. I mean, but, dude, like, you know, the Giants, they absolutely got robbed. You know, story of Tyrod Taylor's life, man. Just getting fucking robbed. Fucking hell, man. But dude, you've got to shout out the Giants, dude. I mean, they held Josh Allen to 19 of 30, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Dude, the Giants, they just came up clutch when they absolutely had to. Their defense played out of their freaking minds.
Except when they absolutely had to. Well, their offense at least.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, bro.
No,
come on, man. It's the Giants' offense.
I don't blame them. It's their offensive line. It's you know, it's hard sometimes, I guess.
Hashtag hire the TTT, bro. Bro, we're trying to help them, Riley. Like, hashtag hire the TTT. We want to help y'all.
We want to help. Yeah, bring us in as a run coordinating duo or something, you know? We could be.
That was a great play design, by the way. I remember thinking, like, oh, I want to talk about that in the TTT.
There we go. Fucking.
Dude,
where's my mouse?
Let's run it back. That's a great play design.
So you got him in motion here. And then.
Nah, it's not that one.
Oh, okay. It's the next one.
It's not. It's the next one.
It's the next
one.
Boom. Still got him in motion here.
This one. Yeah.
Little orbit. back out.
Dude,
I love
orbit motions are coming back, bro.
I love an orbit and back out.
Yeah, man.
We used to play school
Orbit
in high
motions.
school that fucking did that shit all the time, and it used to piss me off.
Like the fucking wing T shit?
Yep, old school wing
Crazy.
T, but the orbit and back out specifically, like, it was one of their fucking... And, like, the thing is, they would just run this orbit motion. I mean, like, I swear to God, like, 20 times a game. They would just keep running it, and then somewhere in that 20, they would just hit this right here. And just like this play, fucking nothing. Like, everyone would have bitten, and then you just walk in, and it sucks. You're like... Guys, you may be...
That's really hard to defend, man. Because, bro, unless you're playing some kind of zone, like run it back.
Yep.
Unless run it back, Riley. I just want to explain this real quick. Why this is so hard to defend as a defensive backs coach.
Oh, that was it. No.
Yeah, that was it right there. That's not it. No. Damn it, dude. I'm telling you, man. We need a fucking YouTube clicker. I don't even think that's a thing, but we need to make it. All right, so watch this. So, pause it.
Yep.
The reason that this is so hard to defend is because you're playing man across the board. You see, so they just run rub routes. The only way to really defend this is if you play some kind of zone with outside leverage. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only way to... Yeah, because, I mean, it's just man across the board, and you're expecting that safety to come down and play the orbit man on man. It's not going to happen. That's just a great play design. And the only way to really nullify that play is to just play outside zone, like is to play some kind of outside zone leverage coverage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, you gotta get a dude into that wide open gap that was left from the scheme, and leave him out there. And it's always crazy. Like, especially when they're like, you got a safety on a running back like that, and like it's always such. I guess not a running back, but a wide receiver coming out of the backfield off of motion.
Yeah.
It makes for some hella space issues.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean,
but besides that was a great play. But besides that, I mean, this was a grinded out kind of game. I really thought it was going to be a field goal game the whole time. I was like, if the Giants win with just 3 field goals, I'm going to be thoroughly impressed. Mm-hmm. There was a real moment. I mean, I was like, no way that dude just fucking caught that. Also, he hurt himself. This dude just fucking tackled him.
He was blanketed, bro. Like, that was great coverage.
Yeah, no, he just caught that. I mean, it really is what it is. Look at that dude. Hell yeah. And then this is some of the last drive.
Hey, man, I will contend that Tyrod Taylor should be a starter in this league. Dude, look at this. He's just finding Darren Waller in the zones. He's a savvy, wily, vet now, Riley.
Yo, where's it on that one too, dog?
What? Yeah, dude, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. So look at this. 4th and 8. You're thinking, okay, Tyrod Taylor can't do this. I mean, look, man, if you're Darius Slayton, you've got to catch that ball, man. He dropped it in the bucket. You've got to catch that ball.
Yeah, they definitely got plagued by the drops.
Yeah.
This was right here.
The Giants.
This right here, I was like, they're going to kind of ice it here. Oh, my God, he missed it. He gave him a chance. He missed it, bro.
Dude, the defense holds. They held, and they gave their offense one more chance. And Tyrod Taylor's like, oh, you're going to give me another chance? I got you, fam.
I'm going to do everything I can.
Should be a starter. I would love nothing more than to have the hashtag fucking
VA legend.
Yeah, dude, the fucking 757 legend who doesn't like to fucking kill dogs. Because there is another VA legend that likes to kill dogs.
Yeah, no.
Tyrod Taylor doesn't do that. I would love for the TTT to start a campaign to have Tyrod Taylor actually have a legit starting chance in the NFL. Because my man's has just been absolutely done dirty. The Bills shipped him out the back door. They didn't appreciate everything he did for them. It's just crazy, man. Just crazy.
Man, getting out of bounds with the 2 seconds left, absolute clutch.
Yeah, dude. Absolute clutch, man.
Also, they got the PI on this one, but not the other one.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you call that there, but then not call the other one? If you're going to be a ref, be consistent. I mean, that's just blatant right there. That's still a great throw, though. Like, he put it where only Darren Waller could get it.
Yeah, no.
And then that. Just, god dang, man.
I hate that dude celebrating that fucking obvious penalty, though. Anyways.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's the DB syndrome, bro. We've talked about this. I hate it when DBs just celebrate because the quarterback throws an incompletion when you got beat by 10 yards. And you want to do this and act like you did something. Like, shut the fuck up, man.
All right.
That is the absolute worst thing about coaching DBs. I hate it.
All right. So the next thing we got is the Eagles versus the Jets, the last of the undefeated decrownings. The little team that could not doing it. No one believed in them, and they barely believed in themselves.
Exactly.
I mean, this game, Jalen Hurts just struggled, honestly. I think that's the story of it, is Jalen Hurts
really
just
is.
not looking like himself, you know. It was pretty bad, too, man. I don't know. Like, and I don't think that's going to be a status quo. Like, I don't think he's, like, exposed. I mean, I think it's one of those things where, like, he just had a bad day, a bad game, whatever it was. Something was not clicking for him this game. And, I mean, 3 interceptions is rough. You definitely don't expect that out of him. He's been very good to form this year so far. So,
but I mean, dude, you also I think a testament to that as well is give the Jets defense credit. They're one of the best defenses in the league.
Nah, that Jets defense is we talked about it, especially when we were doing like the Hard Knocks coverage and like all the hype coming into the season. One of the biggest things about it is that this defense is so nasty. I mean, this defense is so nasty. Zach Wilson beat the fucking Eagles. Like, that's how fucking nasty this team is, dude. Like, they will do that thing, especially if you let them.
Dude, shout out to Zach Wilson, bro.
Or not.
You think he's gonna try to get with Donna Kelsey after this?
That shit. He's like 2-1 or something since seeing Donna Kelsey in the stands. I forget what it was. I saw the thing about it. He's like, he's had a good stretch since seeing her in the stands. So that's pretty good.
Dude, shout out Zach Wilson, dude. If you would have told me going into Hard Knocks and going into the season that the Zach Wilson led New York Jets were going to beat the Eagles to end their undefeated streak this year, I would have said, bro, you are high on your own fucking supply. Like, I mean, bro, you can't do it, Riley. You know that.
Yeah, no, it's that would have been a crazy statement. Honestly, like last week. Like, if you told me that, like, if last episode, you would have been like, so guess what? The Jets are going to beat the Eagles. I would have been like, shut up. I won't get mad at you for saying Tyrod Taylor deserves to be a starter, but I would get mad at you for that.
Hey, man. Because you know it's true, bro.
I do know it's true.
Tyrod.
I'm fucking 757 legend. Anyways, let's keep going. Breece Hall, though, I think that's a story for the Jets. I mean, he finally got another rushing touch, or got the touchdown, his first rushing touchdown of the season. He's had some good games, but, had to put one in.
Yeah.
Using him in the passing game, too. I mean, he only ran for 39 yards. He did get that touchdown, but he caught 5 for 54. So that's a big game overall. I mean, 93 total yards.
Yep.
Quick maths.
I mean, like you said, man, he was their second leading receiver, only to Garrett Wilson, who had 8 catches for 90 yards. Yeah. Zach Wilson, dude, I mean, we're going to say it. We're going to continue to say it. We were hard on Zach Wilson last year. I know I was.
I'm still going to be hard on him.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, he's not playing. I don't want to say he's not playing well, but he's not putting his team in compromising situations.
He's not fucking up.
He's not fucking up.
He is
that's
doing
a
what
great
he
way
needs
to put
to
it.
do.
He is.
But the thing is, I mean, like, this team had just a really good game this game, I think. You know, like, they just had some shit go their way, some short field advantages. And, I mean, they got 3 interceptions and didn't really turn much into it. Like, they didn't get a lot out of it. Overall, like, 3 interceptions, what they score? Like, how many touchdowns they scored? 1? Is that all I'm seeing? I'm only seeing 1. 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown. Yeah. They got 3 interceptions and got only 1 touchdown. That is no bueno.
Yeah. But again, you have to give credit to the Eagles defense.
That's the thing. You know?
You got to give credit to the Eagles defense for
holding
them on short fields. You know?
5 sacks for 31, counted for 31 yards. Yeah, no, that Eagles defense is mean. Don't get me wrong. I'm just, Zach Wilson survives and advances another week. I don't know what it is, man. I can't support him. I can support this entire team. I like the entire team except for him, dude. It's so hard. It's so conflicting, dude. I mean,
he left a bad taste in your mouth, bro. Like he left a bad taste in my mouth. But like, I'm gonna give him credit, dude. He's not fucking up.
He's not fucking up. I will give him that credit for sure.
He's not fucking up.
He's not doing like last season. Last season, he, of Jalen Hurts threw 3 picks, he threw 4. And he's definitely not doing that this season.
I will say this, Riley. I think the Eagles are gonna be fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Jalen Hurts. But I will say this. One thing that concerns me, A.J. Brown, a few weeks ago, he kind of threw a temper tantrum, like, on the sideline. Like, he was kind of yelling and screaming at Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown had 7 catches, 131 yards. Their next closest leading receiver was Devontae Smith. Shout out our boy Shamar.
Mm-hmm.
5 catches for 44 yards. I think the reason I'm pointing this out is because it seems like Jalen Hurts is trying to force feed A.J. Brown the ball ever since he had that tantrum on the sideline. That's not good for the Eagles long term. You've got to get Devontae Smith involved. You've got to get Dallas Goedert involved. You've got to get DeAndre Swift involved out the backfield. Like, it can't just be A.J. Brown. You've got so much other talent at the skill positions. You've got to get them involved. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And I definitely I do agree with you this game. It really does look like, a little bit of force feeding. But at the same time, Devontae Smith and DeAndre Swift both had 10-plus targets.
True.
But at the same time, A.J. Brown had 9. And they were a lot of the deep shots, the big shots went to him. But at the same time, I think the thing is, a game like this, it's a dual-edged sword where, like, if you keep doing it, you're definitely going to shoot yourself in the foot. But every once in a while, having a game where you just really focus on a dude and making everybody think that, oh, shit, they might just focus this dude can open up the, some of your other very talented weapons around him. I think anything to get some attention off of Devontae Smith is good for them. Like, he's one of those dudes where you'd like to use him every week, but at the same time, like, get a little heat off of him so he can really work.
Dude, also, shout out to the Eagles defensive line. I think they're really starting to, really start to dominate games like we thought they were coming into the season.
Yeah.
The war crimes, I think, are starting as of this week. Dude, they had 5 sacks.
Yeah.
5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss. Like, who do you block? Do you block Jalen Carter? Who do you double team? Do you double team Fletcher Cox? Do you double team Jordan Davis? Do you double team Jalen Carter? Like, and then you've got, Hassan Reddick coming off the edge, just fucking screaming off the edge. With
got Josh Sweat.
With his insane first step.
Yeah.
Like, who do you block, bro? Who do you double team? Do you double team, do you have to slide to Brandon Graham or Josh Sweat? Like, dude, who? Like, how honestly, bro, how do you block this Eagles defensive line?
Yeah, dude.
That's what I want to know.
really the only way that you could really handle this offensive line this defensive line is if your offensive line just has the greatest day ever and everyone can one man.
You've also got to get the ball out your hands quick, man.
Yeah, for sure. You got to go around them.
Ball's out, snap the ball, 1, 2, ball out. It's got to be like that. I mean.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man, the Eagles, they lose to the Jets 20-14. The Jets improve to 3-3, and the Eagles fall to 5-1. So.
Yeah, fall to 5-1.
Ready for the last one, Riley?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
I mean, we've got the choke bowl. The who wants to lose it the most. This game. I mean, really, just it felt like both teams wanted to lose it. And
yep.
At the end of the day, the Chargers came out on top of that.
I mean, dude, this is. I don't know, man. Like, I think this is kind of crazy, dude. It's still weird to me to have the Chargers in Los Angeles. Like, we grew up with them being in San Diego, so it's still kind of weird. Like, sometimes I was be like, oh, it's the San Diego Chargers. Like, no, it's the Los Angeles Chargers. But dude, like, I know you weren't able to watch this game, but whenever the Cowboys would like make a sack or make a big play with Tony Pollard or CeeDee Lamb, the stadium would erupt with cheers. Like, if you didn't know any better, you would think this was a Cowboys home game.
Yeah.
Like, their fans are.
I mean,
the Chargers did it to themselves. They left San Diego where they actually had fans, and now they have no fans in Los Angeles. Like, it's 100% their fault.
For sure. No, they made this. But at the same time, I mean, it's one of the more annoying things about Cowboys fans is that they're fucking everywhere for no reason.
They are, dude. You can't escape them.
You can't escape Cowboys fans no matter where you go. They're everywhere. And I think this game, I mean, especially in a population center like fucking LA, like, of course. And you're right. Especially because, the one of the first years of everyone being like those two teams being in LA, the Rams go and win a Super Bowl. So now, of course, they're everyone's favorite. And so, it obviously makes it hard to get a piece of the fandom when you're not doing as well as the other team, for sure.
I mean, but here's the thing too, man, about the Chargers. They've got we've talked about this before, dude. They've got so much talent. Justin Herbert should be a better quarterback than what he currently is. He's got all the talent in the world. Like, he's got a cannon of an arm.
Yeah.
They've got Austin Eckler, one of the best just running backs in the league, who just scores touchdowns. That's all he does. They've got Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen went off. He had 7 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. They've got they've got Joey Bosa. They've got Khalil Mack. They've got Derwin James. Like, they've just got so much talent. And I really believe that the last few years, they just don't have great coaching. I've said this. Brandon Staley should have been fired after they lost that game last year to the Jaguars in the wild card. I really believe that. Brandon Staley is what he's done to this uber talented franchise is coaching malpractice, in my opinion. He's a defensive coach. They've got all that talent on defense, and they're one of the worst teams defensively in the whole league. Like, bro, you're not a good coach. You've got horrible game management and clock management and just situational management. What do you bring to the table other than just choking games away? What does Brandon Staley do? What does he bring to the table? You know what I mean, Riley?
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, you look at an organization like this, they should be the flip side of 300 right now, for sure. Or the flip side of 500 right now. But, they're sitting at 2-3 after this loss, and it's definitely all, like, it just, yeah, they feel like they go into games to lose sometimes. I mean, it really, like, I said it as a joke, but it did kind of feel like both these teams are trying to lose it at the end. Like,
And Riley, can I just make a quick point?
Yeah.
So we just saw, the Cowboys attempt to do the brotherly shove that the Eagles are so known for.
Yeah.
We saw that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so go back. Yeah, here we go. And the NFL is like, oh my God, it should be banned from football. I think we've kind of talked about this. Dude, the Cowboys attempt to do it. And guess what? They don't get it. You know why? Because they don't have the offensive line like the Eagles do. They don't have the quarterback to run it like the Eagles do. Just because one team is really good and efficient at running something doesn't mean everyone else can do it. And doesn't mean that it has to be banned from football. Dude, should we ban the Dolphins from using Tyreek Hill just because he's so much faster than everyone else? Like, I'm dead serious.
No,
like,
for
that's
sure.
the logic that they're using.
Yeah, no.
Like, dude,
I think it's absolute shit, like, the talk about banning that play, because it's like, it is, and one of the older plays in football, for sure, a good old-fashioned QB
absolutely.
sneak. And I understand the push. Honestly, I don't give a shit if they ban the push, because I don't think that's going to stop the Eagles.
It's not going to stop.
You can go back
that.
to banning the push if you want. Go ahead. But banning the QB sneak, like the pile QB sneak, like I saw an article where the NFLPA is currently beginning a study to study the percentage of injuries on that like type of play, piled QB sneaks, and to see if that can't. And I was like, I don't think I ever remember an injury on one of those, dude. I started like, wow, they're grasping at straws trying to take down something that's like, it's just a piece of the game, and it's literally so specifically useful. Like, you have to do so much to get to the point where you're even using that play.
Yeah.
Like, you can stop them so much. Like, there's so much time to stop them before they need to, like, use a brotherly shove.
That's a great point.
Like,
stop them on first, second, and third down.
Yeah, dude.
Don't let them get to, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got 10 yards.
That's a great point.
It only works on the whatever in 1 or less. Or 2. Like, the Eagles can do it from, like, 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2, but they're the only team that I would ever suggest doing it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no.
Like...
Don't ban the brotherly shove. Don't be dumb.
No,
anyways, Cowboys fucking suck too. Let's not forget that as well.
Dude, Justin Herbert, 22 of 37, 227 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He threw the game-losing interception that cost the Chargers the game. It seems like it's. I feel like a broken record every time we talk about the Chargers. It feels like just something is missing from this team.
Yeah.
Whether it's coaching, whether it's situational awareness, whether it's Justin Herbert not maximizing his full potential, that could be coaching as well.
Lack of mana. They need an XFL player. They need the power of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh my God.
They need an XFL guy. Quick. Stat.
I mean, also, dude, for the Cowboys, I talked about this last week. I'm sure you remember this, but one of the points I brought up was that for the Cowboys moving forward, if you shut down CeeDee Lamb, which the Chargers were unable to do, by the way, so shout out Brandon Staley for that, you defensive guru. So, if you're able to shut down CeeDee Lamb, who else scares you, and who else are you afraid is going to beat you and break the game open on the outside?
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb had 7 catches, 117 yards. Like, the next leading receiver was Tony Pollard with 6 catches for 80 yards. After that, their next leading receiver was Brandon Cooks for 4 catches and 36 yards.
Yeah.
Like, Michael Gallup had a lot of big drops. Michael Gallup dropped a touchdown that he should have absolutely caught. Like, other than CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard out the backfield, who scares you from this team?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like,
it's an obvious lack of weapons.
It is
that you can really abuse if you shut down CeeDee Lamb,
which the Chargers absolutely failed to do. Once again, shout out Brandon Staley. God, I do not like Brandon
defensive
Staley.
genius.
I really do not like Brandon Staley. He just really pisses me off.
Tony Pollard. I run football.
Dude, I mean, this was a great game, though. I mean, the Chargers, honestly, man, the Chargers, they just found a way to lose. Kind of the story of the Chargers.
Yeah, man.
They just find a way to lose game. Dude, the Chargers out-Chargers the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Which, that's hard to do. Usually it's the Cowboys that you talk about, like, oh, they just found a way to lose. They found a way to lose. Like, nope.
This time they found a way to win, and it's unbelievable.
Dude, the Chargers out-Chargered the Cowboys.
Ah, man.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well.
Just, yeah.
I mean, the final score for this one, though, 20-17.
Yep.
The Charger, and, well, we, that's that, man. That's the last game that we have for the week, man.
Absolutely, dude. This was a banger.
This was a great episode, man. I'm glad. If you're sticking through to the end here, please, I appreciate you. If you could like, comment, subscribe, all those beautiful, wonderful things. But for me and the doc, we've got to go and clean this one up, y'all. We got to get out of here. Peace.